my god, I'm so happy that you all have come here to this party where we're naming my babies. This one I'm gonna name Kaninsley Aurora Lindley Leah. It's a very nice name, easy to spell. They're gonna learn to spell their name by their 18th birthday. And this one I'm gonna name Penne, like the pasta, because we're like quirky girls and like pasta. And then I also want it to be a double name, so the last part of the name is Tration.
Penetration. So like penetration?
No, it's penetration. Oh, disgusting. How dare you suggest such a thing about my babies? They're beautiful.
Oh, that was a feeling. Not a good one. Well, good evening. Laddies, lasses, and lassos, welcome to the Click You Smell Amazing today, and welcome to a breaking news segment. Have millennial parents officially lost their minds? Probably, yes, and probably for very good reason. Today, we're gonna dig into when parents try to take the quirkiness a little bit too far, and for example, try to name their kid something that is just like a straight up innuendo, and like expect them not to get bullied, which is just, I don't know, this is just awful. Talk about just making life more difficult. Or when you make up a name with like some alternate spelling to make it quirky that your child isn't gonna be able to spell until they're like at least 15. Can you imagine that? When your kids go to like preschool and they learn to write their names and you have someone named like Tinderly Leia 15 and it's like 5 special characters in the name. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Welcome to Tragedeigh. Very much spelled like tragedy names. I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy having you here, you wonderful, beautiful being. r/tragedeigh. I have just found out my girlfriend's real name. I have been dating my girlfriend for 2 years. I've always called her Laws, but know that her full name is Lauren. Today she got her new ID through, and I saw a mighty eyesore before me. It's spelled Lar, apostrophe Rin. Loverin. I don't know how I got this far into our relationship without knowing this. When I asked her, she just said, "Can you blame me?" This is what I mean. Like, it must have taken her until like 5th grade to learn to spell her own name. This is so sad. Turns out her parents were menaces when naming their children. Her younger sister is called Piercy and has always spelled it Piercy in texts, online, in cards, etc. However, the real spelling is Percy. Why though? Life is full of complexities as it is. You don't have to make it harder on purpose. She also has an older brother who seemed to escape the apostrophe curse, but not the awful spelling. And his very normal name of Daniel goes by Danny. It's spelled Daniel. I have spent the night howling and absolutely grilling my girlfriend on why she's deprived me of this knowledge. I cannot stop chuckling. 3 tragedies in one family. Why do the parents do this, fam? Why do you do this? If you want to name something quirky, pick like a cat or something. They don't have to spell their own name, and they're not gonna have opinions made by classmates growing up. My god.
I had to ask if this was a joke. My sister said it was not. Name ideas. Hail, burp, yellow, death tree, warhorse.
You gonna name your daughter Warhorse?
Audi, thin, Katimara, Brownie, like brownie, but brownie, Patchies, Timmy, Avocadosi. Don't name your child Avocadosia. Holy shit, I'm officially dead. Dugsley. I read this Drugsley first. Oh, look at this quirky little kid. Alcoholism. Critter. Lurvy. Is the L supposed to be lowercase? Kyler, or is it killer? Kyler. Wisp. Wasp. Don't name your child Wasp. Getting named Wasp. That must really sting. r/tragedy. Stop naming children after British cities and countries. I am from England. My American friend's cousin's girlfriend is called Leicester. I thought it could be a cultural thing, but it isn't. Apparently, her mother got together with her father at a party in Leicester, nail that pronunciation, in England, and therefore named their child Leicester. That's like if they met in Stockholm, and now this child is named Stockholmia. No. And what's even worse, the mother pronounces the word Leicester as Leicester. It's actually Leicester. And since Leicester's mother pronounces Leicester this way, her daughter's name is pronounced Leicester. Leicester, like little sister? Little sister? That's what it sounds like, isn't it? Can we stop naming children after British places and then spelling them incorrectly? Edit. Darn, guys, what is your obsession with and Scunthorpe? I am looking forward to in 20 years when you try to take attendance in class and half the names are just like keyboard like button mashes. A quadruplet, a 1 in 180 million story. This cow has defied great odds and given birth to 4 calves that has been named Eeny, Meeny, Miny, and Moo. That is so cute! If there is one time that like tragedy naming is okay, it's with animals and pets because they don't care. They're not gonna have opinions about classmates. They're not gonna have to try to desperately spell their name in school when they're like 6 years old and they have 15 apostrophes in it. This is good. This is good. No one is expecting a cow to spell their name. This is fine. Class is over. Ashley, finally. Ashley, finally. Look, it's the first day of school. Rebecca and Angelically? What? Angelically and Rebecca, hey? I am the proud mom of 2 beautiful little 22Q girls. What does 22Q mean? Angelically and Rebecca. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't understand. Am I too Swedish for this? Oh my god.
So we have our daughter's name picked out, but we are so unsure of the best way to spell it. What's your thoughts?
Orally. You're seriously gonna name your child orally and then not expect them to be the butt of every single innuendo joke for the next 18 years of their life until they decide to go to court and have their name legally changed? Oh my god. Orally? Orally, it doesn't get better. Orally, that's like acceptable, but the phonetics is still like, oh dear. Orally, oralin, added by this person, please don't. I mean, Aurora is a name that is quite common in many places in the world and sounds quite nice, but I'm very unsure about names, especially if you are also English. Like, sometimes stuff doesn't translate, right? I have been to many places in the world where you can have, for example, a name of a place or a restaurant that phonetically sounds like a kind of shady word in another language. I had this experience, for example, in Switzerland a little while ago. There was a restaurant named a certain way, and that same word in Swedish, like, is a little bit of a weird word. Like, it's not a very nice word, but, you know, it means nothing like that because it's different languages. So stuff like that is important to keep an eye out. Not everything is a tragedy just because, like, different cultures and translations. But considering that these people are English speaking, maybe you should try to name your child that doesn't phonetically sound like an innuendo in at least their own language. God. 2018, My Kid is Unique name generator. First letter of your first name, third letter of your middle name, and first letter of your last name. Okay, well, my name is The Click, first name The, last name Click, middle name is like Danger, because everyone likes bad boys. Okay, so T falls under at, and then Danger, Atson, and then Click is K. Atson K. That's not the worst thing ever, at least. It's not the worst thing ever, it's just like a bit incoherent. Let me know in the comment what your unique name is according to this card. Show it on screen again. This is the entire card. Please write it down in the comments. I would like to see how many tragedies we can collect together. Before people raid this comment section, actually start naming their kids after this. Oh no, what have I done? Moon pie. 1 moon pie equals great. 2 moon pies equals even better. 50 moon pies equals wow. Loving this. 100 moon pies equals seems like a lot, but okay. 666 moon pies. Uh-oh. 667 moon pies. Ha! Alright, keep them coming. What do you mean, moon pie? You don't want to embrace the Satanism?
Nobody likes the moon pies.
Yes, they do.
Oh, so sales are booming?
Yep.
They should call you Moon Pie because nobody likes you.
They should call you Kayla because that's how it's supposed to be spelled. Oh my god. You see Kayla's parents? You just set them up to be roasted by random corporate accounts on Twitter. You see what you have done to your child? There is a twin birthday party in September for 2 girls named Emily and Elenia. I am at event training. Birthday party! My dyslexic ass cannot handle this. This is... Oh, God. Potu! Potu, or variations of potatoes. Potatoes? It's a pun. That is genius. Was an 18th century racehorse who won over 30 races and defeated some of the greatest racehorses of the time. He went on to be a sire. He is now best known for the unusual spelling of his name, pronounced potatoes. That is such a good pun though, potatoes. I kinda like this name though. I kinda like this name, but you see, it is passable because it's an animal and a mascot, and that is fine. You shouldn't name your baby potatoes. Potoo! You know, imagine a kid showing up to school with this and be like, no, I swear, teacher, my name is a pun. It's pronounced potatoes. That's gonna be hell. That's gonna be hell. For a horse, they don't care. Go nuts. Harrington McKinley Cabarin sparks. How many Y's and H's can you squeeze into a name where there aren't supposed to be any? Congratulations on graduating preschool. Well, if any part of preschool involved like learning to spell your own name, I would say they have very much earned this. Congratulations. Oh my God. We are so proud of you. We love you so very much. Love you always and forever. Mommy, Daddy, and Kaylee Huntier. Oh no, it's the whole family. What have you done to your family tree, please? Congratulations. Poor kid. It's just kindergarten. Oh my God, I hate this. I hate this so much. r/name nerd circle jerk. My cousin named her daughter the worst name ever. So my 20-year-old cousin had a baby girl last month. She named her something so horrific I cannot even call the baby it. She combined two names and came up with Harlot. After her grandparents, Harvey and Charlotte. She didn't tell anyone the name idea until after she was named and papers signed. My mom burst out, "You named the baby!" And my cousin started screaming. We are a loud family, but holy hell. This poor child, Harlot. She came out very pink and has a puggy nose, so I'm calling her Piglet for now. Yeah, that's a much cuter name, or like Pinecone. I had some relatives calling their baby Pinecone before they actually came up with a name, which is really cute in Swedish because it's called like kotte. That's like a pine cone in Swedish, kotten. It sounds really cute. It sounds like a little blorp, you know? It's fine. But Harlot. Bruh. Maybe you should Google names that you don't know what they mean first to make sure this doesn't happen. Oh my God. Charlie was right there! Oh yeah, that's true. Harvey and Charlotte. You could just name it Charlie instead of Harlot. You even had a good option, even if you wanted to go the murder route. Southwest Airlines. Mom is furious after airline gate's agent mocks her daughter ABCDE. Unfortunately, this has happened to me and my son 1234, pronounced Juan Trufifor. There should be laws against this. Why aren't there laws against this? Is there a prison specifically for parents that name their children unhinged things? From the news article.
The gate agent started mocking my child's name, laughing, pointing at me and my daughter.
I mean, don't bully the kids for this kind of stuff. I guess it's a decent takeaway. The kid couldn't help this. Bully the parent. That's the one that deserves being bullied.
And I'm just talking to other employees. So I turned around and just said, hey, I can hear you. So if I can hear you, my daughter can too. I'd appreciate you to stop.
Read foretold, ABC7. I'm assuming ABC7 is her other daughter. Oh my God. But I guess that's a good takeaway, right? The kid shouldn't be, like, laughed at because of this stuff. The person who deserves the mocking is the mother. The kid didn't do anything wrong. They didn't choose this. Like, dear, no. No. The teacher's taking attendance in 2040.
Right, Ophelia. Here, Audacity. Here, Depression. Here, Depression. Adrenaline insecurity. Do I need to separate you two? That's what I thought. Stain. Present apostrophe.
Stain.
Here, liberal. Here, curly head underscore Aurora. It's Aura. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Oh
Insomnia.
God.
Here, placenta. Here, rise. Riz. I'm sorry.
I swear to God, are people actually naming their kids Riz? That is so awful.
Oh yeah, we named our child Sex because they were conceived with sex. So we wanted to name our child after how they were conceived.
Sorry, I'm okay. I'm okay. Or should I angle the camera a little bit upwards, maybe? Trying to align it with the lines in the background to make it straight. It's the opposite of straight gay. Silly camera. God, this is more difficult than it looks.
I think that might be worse. How is this so difficult? I am almost 7 months pregnant with our first child, a little girl, yay! I have been fighting with my husband because he doesn't like the name I picked out. I want to name her Tinderly because we met on Tinder a little over a year ago.
Yeah, we conceived our child with intercourse, so we're gonna name her Intercourse-ly. I think that's gonna be a cute name, and it's gonna be very appreciated, especially through middle school. That's gonna be great.
This site helped me find my true love, and I think the name is perfect.
You don't have to thank a soulless corporation for happening to get lucky to match with your husband. You're good, fam. Name the child something that will actually work throughout their life. Keep in mind, you're not just naming a baby, you're naming a person who's gonna be like a baby, then a kid, then a teen, then an adult, and go to like job interviews and stuff, and hopefully walk down the aisle and things if that's what they're into. You know, it's... Come on now, come on.
My husband thinks it's embarrassing, haha, and doesn't want people to know we met there.
Meeting online, it's fine, it's super common nowadays, so he maybe shouldn't be embarrassed about it, even though I can understand the feeling. But I suppose like the notion you should come out about where you met by naming your daughter Tinderly is like the most unhinged thing. Please!
How can I convince him how special this name is to me?
Name a cat. If you're... Name a cat, please. You can name a cat Tinder. That's fine.
Plus, I'm a little hurt that he's embarrassed by the way we came together in this world.
I mean, some people don't want to talk specifically about how they met. That can be fine, you know, it's up to you guys how you want to talk about it. That doesn't matter so much, but I think naming your child a name that they could, you know, confidently rock childhood, teens, adulthood, job interviews, etc. It's not just a baby, you know, this will be an independent adult at some point, and people are gonna be like, why are you named after a dating app, you know? Think about the child. It's about the child, not about you.
Oh my god, can't wait to find out if I'm having a little Caden or a little Caden.
Guns or glitter? What is this cake? The cake is unhinged. The names are unhinged. Please no.
I'm gonna name my baby boy Rifle, spelled with a Y and 3 H's.
I accidentally gave my best friend's baby a tragedy. When my best friend was preggo with her son, she had a huge list of names. On the list was Oliver. She asked me which one I liked best, and I told her Oliver. But I spelled it Oliver as a joke. We were messaging. She laughed, conversation moved on. A few months later, she gave birth, made a Facebook announcement. She had named him Oliver.
I am so sorry, my boy. I didn't think she would do that.
Oh my god, I did something similar. Suggested a middle name that would make the child's initials something that would make a middle school boy laugh. Think like if the kid's name was Chloe Ursula Morris, initials come. Something like that. Oh no. Oh, poor baby.
I need unique baby boy's name.
Please don't, please. No. Okay, you already asked. Let's get into this tragedy, shall we? I have James, Jackson, and Jacob. Okay, that's not too bad. Jacob is weird. People are gonna think they're a furry, but otherwise, you know, okay, could be worse.
My daughter's name is Andrexkiel.
What?
I was hoping that she is a boy when I got preggo with her. That's why her nim is a unique nim.
Andrexkiel? Never heard of my life.
We came up with the name Rory, but me being me, I googled different spellings for the name and came up with modern Irish, which spelled Rory.
I mean, that's a cute spelling. That looks like something that could be like, you know, a kind of multicultural background. But that doesn't seem to be the justification. You just find something random on Google.
My son's name is Zacchaeus.
Isn't that from like... what's it called? Like World of Monkeys? What's the movie called where monkeys take over after the apocalypse? Zacchaeus? No, it's Dr. Seuss. That's the one. Okay, close enough.
Legacy, Levin, Felician, DeLuca, Speed,
Energy. Just name your kid Red Bull. Come on.
Sira, Raxian,
Sushi. No. What's your kid's name? Soup. Malicious. You're gonna name your kid Malicious.
Forest.
Okay, that's not too out there.
Fen, Oaken, Drake, Aspen, River, Theobhan.
I mean, Malicious is still on the top of the list. Malicious Speed. Oh, look, someone put up a cute quirky sign with names and stuff. Brittany, Chase, Sebastian. I thought I was gonna say Sebastian. Where did Schlin come from? Paislishlish, Saragi Helen, Kashtin,
Violet? Oh, it's violet. Why do you spell it like violet? Oh my god! Names should not sound like you're gurgling mouthwater when you're pronouncing it. God.
Throwback to the list I made when I was preggo with twin girls and my husband wasn't giving any name input.
That's a good idea to motivate your significant other. Let's look into it, shall we?
Juniper and Jupiter, Nova and Luna, Autumn and Summer, Kinsley and Kaysley, London and Paris, Addison and Madison, Ruby and Rory, Emerson and Elizabeth, Cameron and Carslin, Heaven and Neva.
Is that how you pronounce it? Neva?
Chastity and Faith, Rubella and Roseloa, Juno and Juliet, Thamson and Thammy.
These aren't that unhinged. I'm gonna be honest, I've seen way worse, but I can definitely see how it would motivate your partner to participate a little bit more in the naming process. Flawless strategy. My cousin just announced her twin daughters' names. Emma Linley and Eva Linley. Why not just Emma and Ava, or Emma Lynn, or Ava Lynn, like double names? This is... why? I thought maybe she follows the sub and was making a terrible joke, but nope, she's serious. Originally, she was going with Emma and Ava, but her mom's middle name is Lynn and her husband's mom's middle name is Lee, so they decided to mash them together and make it a part of both their first names. We have seen what happens when they mash things together. That's how you get stuff like harlot. Don't do that. They don't have middle names. Why couldn't they just use Lynn and Lee as middle names separately? Yeah, that makes more sense. Like Emma Lynn or Ava Lee, something like that. That's kind of cute. That sounds nice. It could have been even worse. She had wanted Ava to be spelled Eva and to match Emma. Oh, so it's like 4 letters of each, because that's gonna matter. Never. However, nobody had time to talk her out of Lindley because it was a last-minute addition. I was tempted to say something, but really not my place to do so. Unfortunately. What in the actual I am sorry, but that is absolutely ridiculous. Just name them Emily and Evelyn. Why not? She will regret it as soon as she has to spell out those names for every doctor appointment, etc. And not only for her, for like the kids themselves. Imagine every time you're gonna sign up for a new ID, or for a new school, or for like literally everything. Like no one being able to spell your name can happen, of course. Like when you move countries, when you have families with backgrounds and stuff, like names being complicated between populations and between cultures, that can happen, you know, that's normal. But making it difficult on purpose to the point that no one is going to be able to spell your name by default ever in your entire life, it seems like it's just making things overly complicated for no reason.
Proud mama boy to Bretley, Graysonly, and Jackson Lynn. Unapologetic sarcastic. Vaccinated by Jesus, not false prophet Fossey.
Alright, this profile is roughly as unhinged as I expected. Goody.
I am begging y'all to remember that you're naming people, not just babies. A 17-year-old will have that name, a 28-year-old will have that name, a 43-year-old will have that name, and a 77-year-old grandparent will have that name.
I like harlot. That's good stuff.
Maybe we should rethink choosing McKinsley Grayson. Yes, I am shaming. Wanting a less common name is cool, but naming your child Kitchen and Whiskey Jones is borderline abuse.
I mean, there certainly is a limit to it. You know, if someone named me Mark with 3 X's, I would like be a bit, yeah, but why though? And with my dyslexic butt, I wouldn't have been able to spell it until like 10th grade anyway. So I think a lot of things in life just come with the magic formula of moderation. The same thing with alcohol. Having a beer with your buddies is fine. Having 10 beers a day, that's probably not particularly healthy. And this very much falls into that kind of similar category. Like, ooh, adding 1 letter or having a bit of a spiced up spelling or something like that. That's fine. But then you have like this, which is like the alcoholism of naming. It's not good for anyone.
Middle names for Crimson. What about Tide? Crimson Tide. Woo!
Alec and Hilaria Baldwin face backlash from fans over their newborn daughter's name. All Fish Guide. Oh, wait, no, that's the name of the paper. It's like to name the child All Fish Guide? Oh my god. That is such unfortunate titling. That is so funny. I was a tragedy of my own making. In the 90s, when I was in 8th grade, I started my goth stage and decided my name Morgan wasn't edgy enough. So I made all my teachers accept the spelling of my name as Morgan. I equally laugh and cringe when I think about it. Oh my god.
I have to do this. This is an amazing skit.
Hello there, the angel from my nightmare, the shadow in the background of the morgue, and the
oh, that's gold.
I just need this ironed and framed.
Rip Christopher, December 15, 2023. That is so sad. What is this doing on the subreddit? How beautiful. My condolences to Christopher's family.
Rip is the baby's name.
What? Oh my god, I'm sorry, I had no idea. That is so... Oh, yeah, it's not capitalized. Usually IRP is like capital letters, right? But only the R is capital. Okay, so I can see like... I see the logic, but damn, that's easy to misunderstand. Oh my god.
Merry Christmas!
Teflon did so well the first time eating Santa. This pregnancy is sponsored by Teflon frying pans. Buy it today. 10% off in the description if you use the term tragedy.
A 6-letter boy name ends in X. Can't be Lennox or Maddox, as those are taken by siblings. Ask him for a friend.
SpaceX. Don't give him any ideas. NASA official, seriously? The names checks out, doesn't it? NASAX. There we go, nailed it. Star Wars fans.
I would like to welcome to the world my son, Luke Skywalker.
Oh, okay. At least they didn't name like Darth Maul. That's good. Luke is fine. You know, Luke is a fine name, but I'm not sure about naming your kids after like TV shows and movies. Am I the butthole for refusing to give my child names my wife suggested, knowing it will get him bullied? My wife is 5 months preggo with a baby boy. She was searching names. She wanted unique names for our son. I was eager to hear her suggestions, but when I heard it, I was cringing hard. My wife wants to name our son Gojo, and his middle name is Jojo. Gojo Jojo. That cannot end well. She wants to name our son Gojo Jojo. I told her absolutely not. After fighting with her, she finally dropped it. But she came up with another name, Eren Jaeger. Yes, my wife is a huge anime fan, but this is too much. Ever since I have said no, she's not talking to me. I know if she named our son after any of these names, our son will get teased and bullied a lot. My wife thinks I'm oppressing her by not letting her name our son. I try to explain things to her, but she refuses to see this so. Am I the butthole? Update, I sent this post to my wife. She has dropped the names, but she still wants to name our child Levi and his middle name Elijah after my grandfather. I mean, Levi is not a bad name. I hope he doesn't get his height, haha. Okay, at least it seems to have ended happily, but that's a bit of a battle. If you're that into anime, or any media really, that you want to name something after a character, just name a cat. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the eeny meeny miny moo is perfectly cute because it's cows, but I wouldn't name my quadtuplets eeny meeny miny moo. You know, it's different. Literally anything goes for cat names, and cats can't get bullied by their peers because of their cringe name. I guess that's a pretty good takeaway, yeah. Don't make life harder than it has to be.
I think I gave my son an awful name when I became a teen mom. I became a young mom, like got preggo at 15 and had him a little after I turned 16. This was almost 13 years ago. I'm 29 now. I did actually find his name in a baby name book, but the older I get, the more I hate it. His name is Aaron.
That's not too bad.
So far, I don't think he's been bullied for it, but I have gotten some strange looks over the years. Also, it seems feminine to me and almost makes me think of the super racist douchebags named Aaron Brotherhood. God. Well, as long as his last name isn't Brotherhood, I think you're good. After finding the subreddit, I'm almost positive this is a tragedeigh. Aaron is a good, strong name. I wish I could go back and let my younger self know it's not cool, it's not unique. It also has me wondering how many other young parents gave their kids the worst names. Just a quick edit say thanks to everyone making me feel a little bit better about it. I've never brought it up to anyone. I don't like my own son's name, so even anonymous recognition feels good. Haha.
Don't be so hard on yourself. You were 15. It's a miracle his name isn't Edward Cullen. That's true, yeah. Out of all the things you could have picked, especially at that age, you didn't do that bad of a job. It's fine.
I am on baby number 7. We will call her Lucky. Brian apostrophe Amadur 14. J-via apostrophe Kimura. Avir Mahogany. Juan Ahiri. Ahiri? Mason.
You could have just named your child Amazing, so you had to like remove the G and add an apostrophe. Okay, I see.
Grayson,
True blessing? Is every name just like a bad pun disguised as a real name? Serenity Amor. Serenity Amor, as in Spanish, amor, like love. Is that the, what? Serenity, okay, well, yeah, they're not gonna learn to spell their own names until they're like 22. And maybe never if they're a bit dyslexic like me. No. Don't name your kid what you read on a sign in a foreign country. Met this girl on Omegle. She got really excited when I told her I was Welsh, because apparently her parents had given her a Welsh name. She was American. She said she had tried Googling her name, but nothing ever came up. She told me her name was Alanfa. At first, I thought it was a feminization of the name Alan, but she was insistent her parents named her after a place in Wales. I told her there is no such place, and after a good while of talking, it dawned on me. Alanfa is a misspelling of Alanfa, which is Welsh for exit. They named her after a street sign, and they didn't even spell it right. Oh my, that's if you went to Sweden and like went down a street, which is one directional, and you named your child like enkelriktad. That's so... No. Oh my god. This falls in a very similar vibe of category as when people get tattoos in languages they don't speak, and it always means something completely different or it's misspelled, you know? This is something you should tread with very carefully.
My daughter's name is Serenity. Serenity? Serenity? Pronounced like serenity, but with a psi sound like psychic. Psyrenity. Is that... Did I get it right? Only educated people mess up her name. Let me elaborate. A doctor called her Cynthia once. Like, did you even try? Her principal approached us and just flat out asked, I'm sorry, but how do you say your daughter's name? I have yet to meet a teacher that could pronounce it correctly. We had to spell it for everybody, lol.
What? How is serenity pronounced with psi? There's nothing in this spelling that would suggest, like, the phonetic spelling is psi. You just made up something phonetic for a name that typically isn't the way you would pronounce it, right? Or am I just going insane? You can't just make up phonetic stuff that doesn't exist and then be like, people don't get it. Of course they don't. You just made it up. There is that old saying that if you encounter one butthole in a day, maybe they're the butthole, but if everyone is a butthole, maybe you're the butthole. Maybe the same goes for like wacky spellings with names, right? If one person can pronounce your name, maybe they are the quirky one. But if nobody can pronounce your name, maybe then it's time to reconsider. Of course, to clarify, that doesn't include when, you go cross-culture and that kind of stuff. Of course, that makes sense. Like, different languages have different tonations and stuff, can make it quite difficult. That is not what we're talking about here. We're talking about, like, when people name their children stuff in the same language as they speak, but people in the same language still can't pronounce it. That's when it becomes, like, unnecessarily complicated for no reason.
When I tell people her name is Poot, and they say it sounds like fart, she's gonna get bullied.
Don't name your... The only thing you could do worse is like toot. Or... Don't... No. It's a fine, like, cutesy nickname for when your child is 2 years or below, but, like, no. They're gonna be an adult. They're gonna be a 50-year-old office manager called Poot. Come on now.
My 5-year-old son, Klansman, is having a great birthday thanks to you at Real Donald Trump.
I'm sorry, what did you name him?
Klansman.
Oh my god.
Welcome home, Snooks?
I guess it's pronounced snoo. It's like a French-inspired thing, so the X is silent. I'm guessing snoo? I don't know, man.
Mazikeen, Moon, and Crimson were choices. We are going with October, though. My daughter's name is Romani? Romani? I haven't really heard it before. Every time strangers hear it, they compliment it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a little wild. So like after the people? Okay.
Suede, pronounced Suede. Pronounced Suede. Is that okay? I love the name Valentine if I had a girl.
These groups are gold, man. Oh my god. I laughed for an hour straight.
Hello, my name is Penelope.
Wait, how do you even pronounce the second one? Rosley. Is that how you pronounce that? Holy shit, when it sounds like your vocal cords are like jumping jacks or something like that when you try to read the name. Why not just Rosley? Jenny, with an M. Reading through these posts reminded me of this girl I worked with years ago. When I first introduced to her, she said, "Hi, I am Jenny." And I replied, "Hi, Jenny." But then she corrected me and said, "Actually, it's Jenny with an M." Me, thinking I just didn't hear her properly, replied, "Oh, you mean Jemmy?" thinking maybe it was short for Jemima or something, and she disgustingly said,
No, it's Jenny with an M.
I was so confused. Did she mean Jenny? Gemini? Jenim? What? I tried to get it out of her, but every time she would reply the same way.
Jenny with an M.
She wouldn't spell it, she would just say, it's really simple, it's Jenny with an M. I just gave up and referred to her as Jenny with an M every time I had to talk to her. But honestly, what the frick? It just made her seem totally nuts. Jemmy. Oh, so it's like instead of 2 N's, you have 1 M. Oh, I get it. Maybe they thought it was clever that M looks like 2 N's? That's all I can think of. For the record, this is not clever and a very dumb name to give your kid if you want it to be pronounced Jenny. Yeah, because it's Jemmy. Or Jemmy, depending on which country you're in. It's a little bit, I don't know, man.
Love this beautiful portrait of our angles. McKelty, Raylinian, and the left is Drawson. Lintleyume?
I don't even know how to pronounce any of this, man. I thought I was pretty decently fluent in English, but this is challenging everything. God, is this what it's like to take, like, an IQ test when you have, like, the language things and barriers in the test? Just like, how is your reading comprehension? Lintleymain.
My heart outside my body twice.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Those kids won't even know how to spell their own names until they hit high school. Yeah, that's a very true takeaway. P, girls' names. Girls' names starting with P. Paige, Paula, Patricia, Pakistan International Airlines. I swear to God, parents are getting so quirky, it's so disgusting. My partner wants to name the baby after Reddit, and now I've lost all respect for him. This is almost worse than the one that wanted to name their child after Tinder. My 34F partner, 33M, are at the hospital currently since I had a C-section. We have been arguing over a name for the baby girl for a while. My partner suggested we name the baby a Reddit-themed since reading Reddit together is our nightly activity. Well, yeah, you don't have to... Okay, no. Name a cat. Please, name a cat. It helped us bond to the point we became a couple as we were neighbors at first and we both divorcees. Also during Christmas, Reddit came through for my boys from my past abusive relationship and saved Christmas. In his eyes, Reddit got us together and Reddit came through for the children. I mean, it's something cute you did together, but it's not like Reddit in itself that brought you together. It's just something you happened to do together. You don't have to give Reddit credit for, like, your children being in this world. And also, like, I don't know, naming them something like that, that's gonna be tough in life, man. Come on. The name he came up with is Redtilda. Red for Reddit, and TIL for the subreddit where we share facts together a lot. No. I understand it's a unique name, and most people won't know it's a Reddit-themed name, but I will know. I am thinking like a classic name, like Rose or something. But he is so stubborn about it that I'm losing respect for him. I have a couple of days to sign birth certificates. Wish me luck, because I am just over this. He is this close to being kicked out of the room and I pick a name on my own. Hell, might add my last name only too at this point. Who would do this to their daughter? I think people forget you're not naming something that is gonna stay a baby forever, right? You're not naming like a piece of property or like a little cute pet or a plushie or something like that. Speaking of plushies, you know, it's not something that you name just for you. It's something that this kid has to use for the rest of their life unless they decide to change it, which is a bit of a process. So like, why? Your child's name doesn't have to be like an inside joke reference. It's okay. They can have a normal name.
My son's name is Linsol Purpose.
Sounds like a cleaning solution.
That's ignorant as hell for you to say about a child's name when you don't even know the significance behind it. Real mature.
I thought the same. Is it pronounced differently? I like the person coming in trying to be diplomatic. Like, is it pronounced different? Oh, maybe they made up a phonetic spelling that doesn't exist. That'd be cute.
Blazely Days.
What? It sounds like something I would name my bike after I glued like flame stickers onto it when I was 7.
What do you think of Faye special character? What?
4?
The baby. It's pronounced Faith.
Oh, because it's the Greek letter. Okay. I kind of see the logic there, but don't put special characters in your kids' names.
But I want it to be unique. Faith is too common.
Why? Did you even think this through?
Jason and I are really happy about it. It's so different and exotic. I love it.
Lol, I wish her good luck in life with that name.
Don't add special characters in your children. God.
Actually, that's a decent takeaway. If you're gonna name your child, at least use the alphabet that's like in the child's own native language. That should be a pretty decent rule of thumb, no? This poor kid couldn't spell her own name. I once visited a relative who's a teacher. I met some other students, they teach a class of 5-year-olds, who came up to me at the end of school day while I was waiting for my relative to come out of the classroom. They were curious as to who I was, so I introduced myself and we all had a little chat. After a bit, we noticed a small girl in the corner of the schoolyard who looked upset. I went over and asked her what was wrong, and she said, "I hate my name!" I asked her what her name was, and she replied, "Destiny." I asked her why she didn't like it, and she burst into tears, saying that she didn't know how to spell it. I comforted her, and after the children had left, I asked my relative about Destiny and her name. They told me that she was dysgraphic and had trouble spelling and writing, and couldn't spell her name sometimes. I asked them how her name was spelled, and they spell it out. Dysgraphia? What the frick? The poor kid. Oh my god, if they're already struggling with something, or imagine if they get like wrongfully diagnosed because like, oh, they can't even spell their own name, I guess they must have this and that, but then it's just because their name is a tragedy? Oh my god. Edit, I'm so sorry everyone, it was actually Dehesternigny? No, A, still bad though, that marginally better. God. Yeah, like, don't name kids stuff they can't even spell, man. That's so cruel. I was told to post here. I am legally changing my name due to the hack job spelling from my parents. My parents misspelled my first and middle name. I am changing both. I won't give away my first name because the spelling is that bad that I would be easy to identify, but I will share my middle name with you. It's Siubahan. They spelled it Shiubinyuni. Both spelling errors have greatly affected my work life, hence why I'm changing them. Anyways, feel free to roast before I sign my documents. You see, that's where it ends up. That's where it ends up. Like, when they become adults and the names create too much trouble when searching for jobs or being an adult or even just people knowing how to spell your name, like, this is gonna be the effect. Why?
Some of my baby names I have in mind, some including middle names. Goldie Rosie, Neova Rose, pronounced Nova, Nova Rose, Hollow Lake.
That's,
Lakeland, I know it looks bad, but it sounds so pretty. Lake Rose, Joe Peggy, pronounced as Piggy. Joe Piggy? Pigs are cute and it rhymes with Joey. Don't call your kid Piggy. I mean, you can have nicknames and stuff, but that doesn't sound like something that's gonna go over well in school. Norleen, Murple, Maple. America, America, America Lee, America Lynn, have to be patriotic. I love my country too much. Probably won't name my kid unless it's a girl. And then John. You're like, America Lynn. You could just have named them Democracy Lynn or something like that. There's John. Democracy Lynn Liberté. Kind reminder to do a quick Google search before roasting a name. I am seeing people make fun of non-English ethnic names in the sub. I am sure it's an honest mistake on their side, but it literally only takes 5 seconds to go on Google to see if a name is a real tragedy or just from a different culture. A lot of immigrants are wary of naming their kids after their own culture because they feared they will be mocked or ridiculed growing up. Let's not contribute to that. Thanks. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind with stuff like this, because things between culture and languages can be just difficult to pronounce, or it sounds different in different languages, and etc., etc. That is perfectly normal and something that should be embraced and respected. Naming your kids overly complicated in your own language is when it becomes a tragedy. Like when the kid can't spell their own name in their own native tongue, then it's kinda whack. I once saw someone called Sinead a tragedy before the term tragedy existed, but they were on the same concept. Yes, Irish names do not follow the English alphabet, for reasons. Unless you're like those American parents that named their child after an exit sign and spelled it wrong. Oh god. Them, why do you name your twins the same name? Brandon Jr. and Brandon III.
This is gonna be a nightmare. Like legal documents, mix-ups and everything. If they look the same, they have the same name. Imagine the amount of times like documents, school stuff, grades, everything. Nah. My college roommate's girlfriend wasn't a tragedy, but she wanted to be. When I was in college, my friend brought his girlfriend over, and she introduced herself saying, "Hi, my name is Rachel, but spelled Rachel." I thought it was odd to spell her completely normal sounding name to me immediately, like I'm planning to write her letters or something, but whatever. They dated for 2 years, and she was absolutely insufferable. Insisted that everything she was into was too obscure for you, and no one but me is into this, etc. Oh my god, it's a literal Quirky girl. It's like one of those people that I know this band before they were cool, and then they get literally upset when their favorite band, like, hits the charts. just because they're not quirky enough anymore. Oh god. To the point where it was obvious he chose every single one of her favorite things based on how unlikely it would be for others to have heard of said thing. For example, at a party, someone asked her what her favorite animal was, and she said a gerenuk, and was noticeably overjoyed when they asked what it was, and she got to explain. It's an antelope. About a year into their relationship, we were at a bar, and she had to show her ID, and I noticed it just said Rachel. Wait, it wasn't even spelled Rachel? I asked about it, and she said her mom spelled it the most boring way ever, and she changed it. Not just officially yet, but then you're not actually, that is a nickname. But a nickname that is more complicated than the original name, which I don't think I've ever heard of. Nicknames are usually like shorter than the real name, right? Like someone named Nicholas is named Nick, you know, stuff like that. What? I laughed a bit too hard about it, and she didn't speak to me for the rest of the night. I mean, when you start like coming up with favorite animals based on how like obscure they are, I don't know, man, that sounds a little bit quirky. I mean, it's fine if you like obscure things, that is fine. I think everyone has some stuff that is very obscure, but not seeking out because it's obscure, you know? Line monitor, Quinsley. A Q and a W in a row. My god.
Welcome, baby. Rainsbucks? Rains... I don't even know how should I pronounce this.
Oh gee, I feel my vocal cords cramping up. I do hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed having you here, you wonderful, beautiful being. I do hope you have an amazing rest of your day because you do deserve it, and I hope it's not indeed a bad daily. You should watch click videos as your daily experience. Yes, indeed. Have an amazing rest of your day, you wonderful, beautiful being, and I will see you in the very near future. And take care. Mwah.
Clickly.